NFL. Here's Shay Norling. Shay?
Wow.
I have a list here of NFL MVP candidates that are not quarterbacks for each team. I want to take us through at least the NFC North.
He got his ass there.
Start.
Good job, Justin.
I want to start with the Bears, obviously.
Uh-huh.
The MVP of the Bears, non-quarterback, is Montez Sweat.
Yeah.
Says this would be the best case scenario. Sweat's the highest paid player on the team and tasked with sparking its biggest weakness from last season, rushing the passer. Is Montez Sweat the Bears' non-quarterback MVP candidate this season?
That's a good one. So is Montez Sweat the best Bears player, non-quarterback, on the roster?
No.
Who is it?
Jalen Johnson. Lockdown corner, maybe top 3, 4, 5 in the league.
Is Sweat on that list?
Yeah,
gotta
he'd
be- he's gotta be next.
he'd be in the discussion, no doubt.
Well, I mean, in today's NFL, Cap, if your best player is a secondary player, what does that say for your team? He turns the field over, but in an offensive league, if he's the best player on the Bears, is that good?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, I disagree. A
can't-
lockdown corner is essential against the passing attacks of these leagues.
He's not returning them for touchdowns, Cap. He's just getting he's getting some interceptions. Yes.
But they don't want to throw to him immediately. Cuts half the field off. Yeah.
I think it's Montez Sweat for what he brought to the table for the Bears.
Very good, but Jalen Johnson might be the best at his craft. Sauce Gardner, there's a handful, but he's right there.
Shay, is Jalen Johnson the best corner in the league? The very best at the tippy top?
If you ask PFF, he was the best in coverage last season.
And you'd say,
Got to be top 3. He was incredible last year.
He was incredible.
he was.
I remember we all got on him about the dropped interceptions, and like that is an issue because when you have those opportunities, you have to take advantage of them. But when you are basically a no-fly zone on one side of the field, that's a massive asset.
Massive. That's why they had to get him signed.
I give the collective the credit. Nothing wrong, nothing against Jalen Johnson, but I also give the secondary plenty of credit as well for what they were able to do. No question about that. I think that they were massively strong as a unit. But in an offensive league, the forward pass still matters. The quarterback, the wide receiver, tight end, however you get the offensive line, that matters.
But if you look at the best team in football, the Chiefs, if you leave Mahomes out of it, who's the best player on their team?
Travis Kelce.
No shot.
Chris Jones.
Chris Jones. Bingo.
Yep, Travis Kelce.
Chris Jones.
Sorry, that was part of the conversation yesterday. That's important. The importance of the tight end, Travis Kelce.
Okay.
Evan Cohen
Let's
joining us
welcome
live.
Evan Cohen to the show.
Travis Kelce. That's the elixir, the key.
He's not even the best offensive player on the team, non-Mahomes division.
No, it's Rice on that Chiefs team.
It might be Pacheco.
Probably. Fight doctor. No question.
Ferdy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to go Chris Jones. Absolutely.
I think that's interesting. I will just tell you, if Jalen Johnson is the best player this year on the Chicago Bears, the Bears are not going to get to where they need to be.
disagree.
He can't. He doesn't score touchdowns. Doesn't throw passes. Yes, it's one part of the field that's cut off. Yes, but in an offensive league, offense matters.
Dallas.
You're not winning games 6-3 anymore, buddy.
Doesn't
Buddy
matter.
Ryan, you're not doing that.
Doesn't matter.
It does matter.
It plays into what you're able to do offensively when you have that good a player on the other side. And take the Cowboys. Take Dak Prescott out of it. Who's their best player?
Micah Parsons.
Thank you.
Yeah, and then where are they going? Exactly.
Okay.
Because offense still matters in this league.
It does, but the best cornerback, best rush guy, I think is more important. Tom Brady, as I don't want to make Evan's point for him, but as he said, yes, you don't have to have the greatest receivers. You don't. You absolutely do not. Who was the second best player on the Lions behind, if you left Goff out of it?
Penei Sewell.
Might be Penei Sewell, offensive lineman.
or their tight end. Pretty strong
Laporta?
kid. Yeah.
Good player.
That's a good example, though, because the Lions in this article, they named Frank Ragnow, the center, as the MVP non-quarterback, but they also said you could throw a dart at the roster and the likelihood of hitting a non-quarterback MVP type would be high because their offensive line is so good. Amon-Ra St. Brown, Sam
I was going to say
Laporta,
Amon-Ra for sure.
Aiden Hutchinson, Penei Sewell.
Was that on the mic, Justin?
That was on the mic.
Oh, okay. I like it when the mics turn off, just yelling like you're on GCI. I think that's best. But Shay, here's the thing. There's a number of players that we like on this Bears depth chart, but unproven. Like DJ Moore is proven because that's a veteran, right?
Rome's not.
Rome's not. At some point, we will point at him and say, there's the guy right there. At some point, we'll look at Brisker. We know Bayard he's a solid veteran. He only helps what they're going to do in the secondary. At some point, we'll look at Montez Sweat. At some point, we'll look at someone from the linebacker spot. I'm just saying that it's more defined with Detroit than it is with the Bears on the non-quarterback MVPs because there's a lot of unproven players still.
There is. But Jalen Johnson is so elite at his craft, I think he's the second best player on the team.
Is he, well, I was going to say, is he the most elite?
At his position?
No, on the Bears. Or is DJ Moore more proven? I would say Moore is.
No, I'd say Jalen Johnson is.
That's a tough way to ask it, though, because Moore's had a lot of time and, like, the skin's on the wall factor.
That's what I mean.
But in terms of who was the better at their position or at their craft, it was Jalen Johnson.
No question. No question. That's so
amazing.
I think that's still to be defined, Cap, on how many others you could say that's the MVP of the team. You need more than one.
That is by far Ryan Pace's best pick.
You need more than one if you want to get to the Super Bowl.
No
we
doubt.
know that.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. But you look at Dallas, Trayvon Diggs, who got hurt last year, but he'll be back, and Micah Parsons. I mean, they got some dudes. CD's another one, and he was not a top 10 pick. Wasn't he like 18th?
Please tell me Jalen Johnson will be Deion Sanders at the position where you just can't throw to him at all. Because that's when I think elite, that's what I think about at that position.
Well, I mean, you're talking about a Hall of Fame player who's one of the 5 best cover corners of all time.
I want to ask for that. Yeah, let's go.
But in this iteration of the NFL, Jalen Johnson's as good as it gets at cover corner.
Agreed. I agree with you.
So, very important.
Hopefully we'll say that about Darnell Wright.
Hope you're right.
Right? Someone like that, that's just an anchor on that offensive line.
That'd be amazing.
And we will have deal breakers right around the corner here on the Cap and J Hood Morning Show.
This is Cap and J Hood on ESPN Chicago, Chicago's home for